Bowl.
Welcome back to the IDP Pros podcast. My name is Johnny the Greek. I am joined this week on our very special in-between Super Bowl week for some wild bets with my main man, Mr. Gary Van Dyke, the IDP tipster. Gary, how are you, sir?
Rock and rolling, man. Loving this. We're having a good time with these. I enjoyed checking out these bets that we're going to cover today, man. Just excited, getting hyped as anybody is.
Yeah. We actually have a very special guest this week. We've got Dave Heilman at Dynasty Dorks, all one word, on Twitter. He is a podcast host and analyst at SGPN, FSWA member, and expert ranker. Dave, how are things?
Doing great, man. Getting excited for the off season. Let's get this Super Bowl done with, and let's get the off season. I'm a dynasty guy, and a whole lot of the draft stuff to talk about. But let's talk about some fun bets. Get some Super Bowl money.
That's it. We're here to make you guys hopefully some money this week. Before we get started, just a couple quick announcements. Just a reminder, these are all only suggestions. Please gamble within your means and set a limit. For help with problem gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And this podcast is brought to you by the IDP Guys and Trophy Smack. Use promo code IDP Guys, all one word, for a free ring with purchase of a trophy or belt. All righty, shenanigans out of the way. Let's get into it, fellas. What do we got? First bet here for the wacky in-between week, where we just talk about weird bets, is going to be color of the liquid, which is most likely going to be Gatorade, dumped on, I'm hoping not Andy Reid next week, but we'll find out. Gentlemen, we've got all kinds of different odds here. Let's start with Dave. What's your take on this? How are you even approaching this one?
Yeah, and so I'm actually going to be running an article on this one, but I have not gotten there yet. So just doing some quick research, looking at what the Chiefs have used recently, assuming that some of the players have a say in this. I'm looking at, they had purple last year, and the last time that the Big Red Machine had some Gatorade poured on him, it was orange. So we got purple and we got orange. And in the history, since the Giants started this tradition, it is been blue that has been the most popular color.
Interesting. So just real quick, prices wise, purple's plus 200, red's 250, blue's plus 251, and then it goes up from there as it gets less likely. Do we think that flavor's involved with this, or is it just some equipment managers picking this out? Because, if the team's involved and they get a vote and they get a flavor vote, I think we can take red right out of there.
I think Vegas is controlling this, man, like the mafia or something. They're going to pick it anyways. They're like, hey, man, they're taking care of business behind the scenes with the ball boy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Give me a repeat with orange, man.
Nice. Okay, so Gary's going with orange. That's plus 400. That's a good price right there. I actually like that as well. That's a good flavor as well. So I might agree with Gary and go orange. Dave, what are you thinking?
Yeah, and last year purple was a long shot. Purple was 750 to 1,000 odds, depending on when you placed your bet, and it's jumped all the way to the front of the line. And so, no liquid. Come on, that's not even an option here. Right. Nobody likes yellow. That's the original. So I'm gonna go with the blue plus 251. Historically, it is the number one dog.
Nice.
I like that. Good stuff right there. I'm gonna throw in a out of left field one here that's not on the list, but that's okay because it's an easy one. Heads or tails, fellas? What are you going with? I'm a tails never fails person, but Dave then Gary, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with tails. I don't think there's any real analysis on this one. At the end of the day, the coin has two sides, and they have equal opportunity here, unless there is some cheating involved. We're gonna go with tails. Never fails.
Well, I'll tell you what, it leaves me a 50-50 shot to jump on one side, winning side or the other. So how I'm going to handle it is, me and John rolled with the orange. I'm going to go with Dave with tails on this one, man. We're going to go tails.
Nice. I like that. You got to diversify that portfolio, Gary. I like
Yeah,
that.
right, right.
You're managing risk right there. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
All right.
hell
This
yeah.
uh this next one here, let's do our best not to get in trouble with. So how many times will Taylor Swift be shown throughout the broadcast? And there are parameters for this, right? This is only appearances by Taylor Swift during gameplay that'll count towards the bet. So nothing during the pregame, nothing during the postgame, the trophy ceremony, any of that. They've got over or under 4.5. I am 1,000% on the over at -175. I think Travis Kelce catches 9, 10 balls to begin with. That's our floor. And half the time he catches a ball, they're going to tilt the camera towards her. So that's like five out
That's a
the
good
gate
point.
immediately. So I think over for sure. What do you guys think?
I think that's a good one, man. I mean, that's a great point to look at. It really depends on what you think is going to happen with Kelsey, because they're going to show her going, oh, or darn it, or dancing, or doing something. Oh man, I was leaning under. I was thinking, man, I'm hoping they avoid the shit out of it. But when you throw in what they're probably going to do with Kelsey, you got to roll with that, man. I like that. You changed my mind. I'm going with the over at 4.5.
Well, and so, there's going to be a lot of celebrities at this game. So she's not going to be the only one. And, for those that get a little hot and bothered because she's on TV, she was on TV 14 seconds, 12 seconds, 1 minute and 16 seconds, 24 seconds, and 32 seconds the last game. And she's totally distracting us from the game with those massive numbers of 32 seconds.
Yeah.
So I think 4.5 times. You got Travis Kelce scores a touchdown. He gets a few catches. We're gonna see her every time the Chiefs score a touchdown, and probably anytime Kelsey's in a big play. I'm gonna go with the over. Give me at least 5 Swift appearances.
Unanimous.
Yeah, that's a good line by Vegas there. That's kind of wild that
One per quarter. Yeah, one and a
right.
half per quarter.
Yeah, it feels close, feels accurate.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, good stuff there. All right, so all three of us agree on the over for that one. Let's move on to the next one. This is an interesting one. So the team to use the first coaches challenge in the Super Bowl. So this season, Kyle Shanahan is 0-2 in his challenges. Reed is 4-1. Career, Shanahan is 20-36. Reed is 72-71 for his coaches' challenges. Both have used challenges in the Super Bowl prior to this. Andy Reid has done it twice. I honestly, this is going to sound a little conspiracy theory, tinfoil hatty, but I feel like the Chiefs get way more calls than the 49ers. So I feel like Kyle Shanahan is exponentially more likely to have to throw the challenge flag to fix some kind of BS that the refs have put him through.
Mm-hmm. I can agree. I was going to leaning towards 49ers. Definitely just thinking, I think Chiefs are going to have the advantage. I think I misquoted myself the other day where I said that, well, I kind of put it plainly that Mahomes and Kelce have been here. I think me and Sebastian were talking about they've done that, but you can't forget Birdie actually had 2 wins in the playoffs last year, right? So, I mean, he's been there. He just hasn't been to the Super Bowl. He hasn't gotten the ring. So I still got to give the advantage to the Chiefs. And I think that the 49ers are probably going to be the first ones going to have to throw, well, even the next one, if we're talking about the first time out, I think they're the ones that's going to be a little bit off kilter in this situation. So I'm going with them. Andy Reid, I don't think is actually known to use his very often, right?
Well, I mean, we just went through the odds there, and he's a little bit more aggressive than Shanahan. 5 this year, and Shanahan 2.
Yeah, Dave, what do you think? What's your take on this?
I'm gonna go with Reed. He's been the more aggressive, hanky tosser there. I know he's got a longer career, so the numbers are a little inflated. We didn't have the challenge for the entirety of Andy Reid's career. It was adopted and then taken away for a brief moment, and then it was brought back. But he's been aggressive, even more aggressive this year. He threw two last year. And we know Patrick Mahomes is known for, crying a little bit. So I'm going to go with Andy Reid tossing the red flag first.
Yeah, Dave, you brought up a really good point there. I didn't even consider that. Mahomes is a giant crybaby, so I, that does
Yeah.
make me think about changing my mind. But I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna stick with my guns. Shanahan, because the refs have it in for the 49ers. That's that's the take. Beautiful, beautiful, good stuff there. All right, we're on to our first TV commercial bet, of which I'm sure there will be many coming in the books the next week and a half here or so. Okay, so first TV advertisement. Who gets on TV first during the game? I'm assuming this is. We'll read the fine print in a minute. BMW or Coors Light. Coors Light is minus 130 to be the first commercial. BMW, the car company, is minus 110. So the beer Super Bowl commercials tend to be displayed later in games during more prominent time slots traditionally. While they aren't as entertaining as they were years ago, many of the beer giants spend good money on advertising during the Super Bowl. That's a great point there. Gary, I know that's your note, so great point there. I'm going to go with BMW. I think they get the first commercial.
I'm going Coors Light, man. It's about the only time they're aggressive. So I imagine we might see a couple more of them where I was kind of confused about the whole, why BMW and why Coors Light and why not a general car or beer commercial. But yeah, I'm leaning towards the silver bullet, man. Give me Coors. We'll roll with it.
I know. And I think of, I think of beer commercials and the Super Bowl. I'm thinking Budweiser and Bud Light. The what's up and the horses and all that stuff. And so Coors Light doesn't come to mind. But BMW does not come to mind when I'm thinking about Super Bowl commercials. So give me Coors Light. If Doritos is on the board, I'm gonna sprinkle a little money on that one.
Right.
Doritos, I don't know if you saw it, but the Doritos is putting out a pretty big. I think one of the you'll have to look. There's a giant chip. You'll see plenty of pictures of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the Caesars or whatever, the pyramid. They got one side of it is literally just all giant Dorito chip.
That's
that's the best part of the Super Bowl sometimes, man.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yep. Good stuff, gentlemen. You guys are probably right. It feels like beer commercials happen exponentially more than any other type of commercial in the Super Bowl, but I'll stick with my guns. That'll be an interesting one. Moving on to another interesting one. Another very popular bet here, along with the Gatorade national anthem length over or under. Reba McEntire is singing it this year. We are at over or under 86.5 seconds. Some of the sites have jumped up to 90.5 seconds. So if you can get that early line of 86 and a half, that's probably going to help you out a little bit. Over is minus 125. Under is minus 115. If I can get 86 and a half seconds, I'll take the over at minus 125. It's Reba McEntire. She's a country singer, glamorous lady, very showboaty. I do not see her voluntarily giving up any of her time on the big stage. She'll take all of it humanly possible. So give me the over on that. What do you guys think?
Kind of hard to argue the fact. I mean, she's still in her prime when it comes to her voice, but man, what is she, like 90? I can't remember. And I don't mean any disrespect by that, folks, none whatsoever. But come on now. I mean, your first instinct is to go, can she keep the wind? Can she really? But I mean, it's Reba. So I'm going with the over. Yeah, we'll go with the negative 125 with the over, man. I got to ride with John on that.
All right, I'll take the under. Not as much ad-libbing on here. But I don't feel great. I'll say this: I have not yet bet on a national anthem. Maybe this is the first year.
Right. Yeah, you know, that's an interesting topic real quick too. We was talking a little bit before. But I mean, who was betting on these weird novelty kind of silly bets, you know? And it's not generally your hardcore gamblers. So here in a little bit, we're going to be getting to some more direct DraftKings bets.
Yeah, and so the Super Bowl is an event. I mean, you're going to see so many people at the Super Bowl that are really not very interested in football. They're there for the event, the party that is Super Bowl. Apparently, it's $2 million to get a suite. And so you're same thing with your parties. If you're a real NFL fan, you likely don't really attend the party because you want to watch the game. I've seen, I forget the comedian, he talked about it. And so if you're hosting a party and you do want to entertain, this is a great thing to do. Not everybody knows player props, and your grandma or your sister-in-law or your brother-in-law that aren't really into it, but they're there because it's the Super Bowl. Give them some of these props and some of these things that are fun. The Gatorade, the kickoff, the coin toss, the national anthem. And Reba McEntire's their folks reached out to me, Gary. She's 68, little less than 90.
Wow.
Yeah.
They didn't
Wow.
like that slander there.
Incorrect.
I'm just kidding.
No.
But yeah, it's great for the party, whether you're doing Super Bowl squares or doing some of these things. It gets everybody involved. You can get, the kids involved. Maybe the kids can't gamble, but the kids can also help you make your
Get them started young. Absolutely.
Ask them to help you pick the Gatorade color because they probably have just the same amount of chances you do.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point. And the real answer is we're just killing time till the Super Bowl. It's the weird in between week.
Right. Yeah. We saved all the good prop bets for the next week. I mean, not that the next few that we're going to cover after we get done with one more of these weird ones. They're worth looking into. Game prop bets is what they are. I said it right that time, gentlemen.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, so Gary was right. We do have one more wacky one here. So the last wacky one here is Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor Swift at plus 1060 for a yes. I don't know if we have a no here. I don't think they're going to give us a no because it would have to be like minus 40,000 or something because this is not happening. They're literally a couple months into dating. If he did this, it would be batshit crazy. But if you want to throw $10 at it, you get $106 back. That's not too bad. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole though. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's not happening. It would be fantastic for a movie. It was awesome when Boise State did it, but this is not happening. Save your money, use it on the next bets we're going to talk about.
I feel like I have the inside scoop because when I brought it up to Michelle that I was putting this in here, she said, "What?" She's already said on Facebook that it's not happening until the summer, so they're not going to be doing it. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I take the under.
There you go.
Nice. Good stuff there. All right, let's shift gears a little bit, talk about some early game props. Before we get to these though, I do want to get a call from you guys, just a straight call. Right now, a week and a couple days away, so still an early line. 49ers are favored by 2. The over under is 47.5. At this current juncture, I would take Chiefs plus 2 over 47.5. They've been there, they've done that. They should win. Niners are great, but they've had trouble with the AFC. We've seen that this year as well. Just a different caliber of competition over there. And that's a relatively high over under for 2 excellent defenses. So that's my thoughts. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm going with the same thing. I think I am concerned about the health of Joe Thuney. I want to see what's going on there. I do think it sounds like he's potentially not playing the game. But the Chiefs, they peaked at the right time. And this, Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs is just lights out. His record is ridiculous. He's leaving. I mean, I put it up on Twitter or on X how many wins the active quarterbacks have, and he has such a monster lead on the rest of the pack. It's pretty insane. And the coaching staff, I think you could look at both teams are pretty stacked. You have head coach caliber assistants on this team. That you're looking at Steve Wilkes on the 49ers side. You're looking at Spags over there. Spagnuolo's got several rings with my Giants and with the Chiefs. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think just comes down to the quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is, whether we love him or hate the antics and the crying and stuff like that, he's pretty damn good.
Yep.
After what they did to Baltimore last week, I mean, I was pretty damn impressed. That was overachieving, if anything was. So I got a little bit more faith going into the Chiefs, just based off of which, you guys are mentioning a lot. But I'm looking at the defensive side of the ball, and the 49ers didn't over-impress last week. Bosa got his. Of course, he's going to. But, where's Chase Young, man?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but that secondary is a little bit more suspect than what I like the Chiefs secondary a lot more. So, I mean, the Chiefs defensive front line, I mean, at this point, they've got a stud too in Chris Jones, one of the best interior defensive linemen, graded pass rushers. So, Karlaftis is getting his job done. I think everything just favors momentum-wise Chiefs direction. And Taylor Swift.
True. No argument
all
there.
All that free FaceTime she's going to get, man. Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. So we're all in agreement on that. I'm with you guys on that. All right. Moving on to some game props, early game props. So either team, any team to score 30 plus points. The yes is at plus 115. The no is at minus 140. I think one of these two teams will score 30 points. I don't think the other will. This does not strike me as a shootout with the caliber of these two defenses and what we've seen out of them this year. Not to mention that's not how the Chiefs have been winning lately. They score about 21 to 24 points and they suffocate the living shit out of the other team. They ram Pacheco down your throat, dominate time of possession, and you don't have the ball enough to score 30 points. And that's what I think is going to happen here. So I'm going to say no at minus 140. What do you guys think? Oh, sorry. Yes, the Chiefs will, not the Niners. So sorry. Yes, at plus 150.
All right. Go ahead, Dave. He's got me all confused.
I'm going no. I know, and I think that's going to be close. If you're looking at average score of what happens in the Super Bowl, it's right around 30 points for the winner. But I'm going to go with a little lower. Like Johnny said earlier, these are two very good defenses, and they're also teams that do like to run the ball. So I'm looking for a shorter game. I'm going with a no. Nobody reaches 30 points.
Nice.
You're going with it. All right. I am going to go with the old-fashioned attended dome. It's going to be a big time to shoot out overall. Yeah, I'm going to go with a yes. I mean, I am going to favor the Chiefs. Going, but it wouldn't surprise me if we'd seen something, close to that 31, 32 or something in a 25 to 32 ball game to me. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a complete domination. I think that, Shanahan's going to be able to get some scoring on the board. I just don't see them getting ahead and dominating the Chiefs at any point to where they'll establish it, and win the game. So, yeah. I'll go ahead and go with Chiefs at yes, plus 115.
Gotcha. Good stuff there. And this next one I think is pretty much a slam dunk. I'm going with the pumped up version of this. Each team scoring 2 rushing touchdowns for a much higher payout. But the one we're talking about right now is both teams to score at least 1 rushing touchdown. Yes, they do it. Is at plus 130. No, is at minus 150. Vegas is favoring the no here, but I think Pacheco gets into the end zone, and we already know CMC is getting into the end zone. So I'll take the yes at plus 130. What do you guys got?
Yeah, give me the yes. I think that, you're, like you said, CMC is definitely going to get in the end zone. Patrick Mahomes runs the ball a lot during the playoffs, and you could see him getting into the end zone. But you got Pacheco, and you also have different ways that they utilize this offense, whether they're doing a jet sweep with one of these receivers, or you've even seen Travis Kelce take some of these end arounds. So they're going to figure a way to get 2 rushing touchdowns for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. I mean, when I was going through there, I was trying to think of something about, general. So I guess that was pretty vanilla. So if it was 2 rushing TDs, how are we looking?
It's a lot higher. At each one of them gets 2 rushing TDs. I can't remember the price, but it's definitely a much better payout. Interesting point off of what Dave just said there. So there is a bet out there, Travis Kelce to get over half of a rushing yard. So just one single rushing yard, it's plus 400 out there right now. So, if they run one of those plays where he's doing a sweep on the outside or whatever, that's a plus 400 bet. That's not too terrible. We see a lot of gadget stuff in the Super Bowl too, I feel like.
Especially the Chiefs. I mean, doing some funny stuff. I mean, you're going to get one of these teams is going to end up with a pop pass that looks like a run that's actually a pass, and they're going to have one of these reverses or something, or bubble screens that looks like a pitch. It's going to be, the opposite. So
Next one is we've already seen the 30-point version of this, but do we think both teams get to 25 points? Both teams to get to 25 points. Yes is at plus 310. No is at minus 425. That's a horrendous price on the minus right there. Personally, I probably wouldn't even touch this one if it were me, but I would go with yes. Yeah, I think 25 each is doable. 30 each is not doable. What do you guys think?
yeah, the odds they kind of force you on this one. Like, you're not getting enough juice to take, to go with the no on this one.
Right.
The no is the safe bet, and I think if I was placing a bet, that's where it would go. Probably going to avoid this one, but if you want something with a little extra juice, this is the second highest one on the board. Let's get a little risky and go with the yes on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the yes, just based off of what I had mentioned earlier with any team to score at the 30 plus points. I think Chiefs are slightly over, and we're going to hit that 25, 26 area there with the 49ers. I don't think it's going to be a total devastation here, but I do think it's going to be a little bit high scoring game. It's the freaking Super Bowl, man, in the old school dome kind of concept. Birdie's been here before too. It'll be interesting to see what Shanahan comes out with here.
Yep. All righty. Good stuff there. All right. Next one. First turnover committed. 49ers are at plus 105. Chiefs are at plus 100. Neither having any turnover the entire game is plus 1100. And quite frankly, that's exactly what I would do. I would throw $10 on the plus 1100 and hope to hell it's a clean game, because neither of those other 2 payouts are worth my time. If I had to pick one, though, I would say 49ers at plus 105 are more likely to have the first turnover, just with a inexperienced, definitely Super Bowl inexperienced quarterback that's in the biggest game of his life, where this is just another like Tuesday for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the odds change a little bit for me if Kadarius Toney suits up in this one. If Kadarius Toney plays, I will go with the Chiefs. But yeah, I like your call there, going with the neither, going with the big bones right there. You get 1,100. That's nice.
Yep. Well, if I'm actually going to have to pick one, yeah, I'm going to pick on Birdie, man. If I'm actually going to pick on one, I'm going to pick on Birdie. I think, you can't beat Mahomes' presence. I mean, he's a goat.
Yeah.
What else can you say about him?
Right. And Dave had a great point there. If Tony's in the game, I take back everything, because Jesus, what a mess that guy is. All right. Okay, good one there. All right, next one. Opening kick touchback. The yes has got horrendous juice at minus 360, but is very likely to happen. And the no is at plus 265. I mean, I probably wouldn't do this one just in general, but it's got to be the yes, right? At minus 360, statistically, it's just far more likely to happen in the modern NFL. What do you guys think?
I think it's worth putting a little bit on there to hit that 265, maybe for the no. I mean, I'm not going to go overboard, but it depends what I'm investing. I like to see it. I guess this is one that is pretty cool to see. Just a basic. Why don't we just start on the 20-yard line type thing? Yeah, get all hyped up. Yeah, see him run back, take a few hits or something.
Yeah, I think if you're throwing the party or you're with your friends and you want to get something for the group, this is a fun bet to go in on. And whether half the room are cheering for the one side and half the room are cheering for the other, I've seen a lot of videos, I've seen a lot of stuff where people are excited about this one, and it literally is the kickoff. It is the start of the game, and if you want to get everybody hyped, you do something like this to get everyone ready to go. And so looking at the odds, like Johnny said, it is more likely that you're going to see a touchback. You're looking at 60% for Moody, 87% for Butker. So the change it moves a little bit, whoever wins the coin toss. So if the Chiefs win the coin toss and they defer, then you're looking at them kicking off, and you're looking at 87%, not good. Moody, 60%, your odds change a little bit if 49ers are kicking off. But the no touchback in the last 30 Super Bowls, maybe people are just juiced up and excited, but they're taking the ball out 26-4 in the last 30 Super Bowls. So I am going to take the juice. We're going to sit there and sweat it out and hope that somebody runs this ball out of the end zone.
Have fun with it. Hell yeah.
Now, and Dave, such a good thing about that, though, is if you're right and you hit that bet immediately 10 seconds into the game, nothing else matters. You're already up for the rest of the game. You've won a big bet. You're feeling good. Who cares what happens the rest of the game? I think that's why a lot of people love the national anthem, the coin toss, and this opening kick touchback. Because if you can start positive, then it's like, whatever, man. We're smooth sailing from here.
Yeah.
You can, what was it? Stuff about Usher and what jersey he's going to wear. I see. Who's the singer? Renee.
Yeah, it's Usher, Post Malone, and there's one Chris Stapleton. Is he the other one?
Yeah, there was a bet about if one of the girls was going to show cleavage or not. I can't remember which one.
It's not Usher.
I didn't. We're a family show here, so I didn't bring that
on. I love that.
I said Usher.
Do we have any others that you guys have put in so far? Have you guys laid any bets yet? I laid my first 5 this morning.
No, did you? No,
Yep.
you're way ahead of me, man.
Yep.
No, you're ahead of me, but that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. After we get off the show, I'm going to go start prepping for those articles, and we're definitely going to, have a few of these fun bets on top of the other stuff. I'm definitely going to be going on to Underdog and having a little fun over there.
Yeah, you're getting ready to record the second edition of Underdogs this week here on the IDP Guys Network, right? Here on YouTube, podcast forum and such. So you're actually getting ready to get some DFS lineups, right?
DFS tomorrow, and then earlier next week in the midweek, we're going to drop our offensive player props for the IDP Dirty O, and should be a good time.
Right.
Awesome, man. That's good stuff. Dave, you're on the network, but just for anyone that listens to this show that may not have traveled yet, where can the people find you? What do you usually work on in season? What are you doing this off season? What's your Twitter? All that good stuff.
Yeah, at Dynasty Dorks, one word. You can find me on pretty much all the social media. So whether it's on Reddit or whether it's on Twitter, or whether it's on TikTok, TikTok, I try to keep it light and have a little bit more fun, do some funny stuff on there. And then we're doing a lot of prep. So like going to the draft, my plan is to go to the NFL Combine. I'm waiting on my credentials. And so last year I was able to go and interview some players and take part in that. That is my hope again this year. Offense and defense. It was a lot of fun. And, rookies are just a blast. Big Dynasty guy. If you don't play Dynasty, do it. And then go give me a follow at Dynasty Dorks.
Awesome. That is good stuff, my friend. Thank you for joining us this week. This was an excellent episode. Mr. Gary, any parting words?
Yeah, next week on the Players Pod, we're going to have, I think, we might have Sebastian. You might know him a little bit better as SGPN Football Doc out on the X. Yes. All right. So, yeah, you can probably catch him next week with us. We might have a guest either way if he can't make it. But I think we're really close to having that happen. And I'd also urge you to go check out that new IDP Plus Trends. We've got, what's his, Johnny freaking Fantasy, man. That's his X handle. He's a cool dude. He's real knowledgeable. He's actually my gut call early breakout guy, man. This dude's just now getting out of here and cracking things open. Check it out. We do a little bit of linebacker ranking and tier coverage with each other on Monday. We did a couple of them. We're going to do a couple more this week with the edge rushers. Just look for that at the IDP Plus network for the IDP guys on YouTube podcast form. Anyway, I'm out of here, man. I need to go.
No worries. Well, thank you everyone for listening. It was another good one. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, where we'll be talking. We'll be a lot closer to the game. So the spread will be locked in, the over under will be locked in. We'll give you some actual real bets, some IDP props, some player props, some game props. So we'll see you same time, same place next week for that. Have a good week, everyone. Enjoy the Pro Bowl. We'll see you then. Take care.
Good luck.
Down. On the ball.
Thank you for watching this IDP Guys video. If you like this content and you want more fantasy football content, click here. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos to help you master your IDP league, click here to subscribe.